Those out there crumbling over my persuasive speech of why gambling should have more restrictions on it. So imagine you as a kid, whenever you turn 18 and you're doing good, you have two jobs in your life, you're saving up for college, trying to be able to pay that off and not have to use student loans. And then one day you turn 18, your parents give you $100 worth of lottery tickets. So, you start scratching away to see if you won anything, and then boom, you won $300. And your usual paychecks at one of your jobs is like $500 for working 72 hours. So you're like, well, dang, it's really kind of easier to just go to the store and buy $100 worth of lottery tickets and then make $200 off of it than to be working that 72 hard hours. And so then your family just helps you start getting addicted. So you start off slow each time. You go from 1 week, you want to just spend three, maybe you have 3 trips, you go there and spend $1 to $5 on each, and you're not seeing a very good income like you were with $100 each. So then you start spending more and more and more until finally your bank account keeps going low because you're spending more than you're making on the lottery, because statistically you're not going to be able to make more money than you're spending, because that's how the lottery makes money. And so now you're living on each check that you get from your work, but you're lowering your work hours because you think the lottery is going to help you. So now every check you get, you spend it all on the lottery. And then that's where I was in a life point whenever I was in high school and turned 18. But my family got me out of that, and I thank them for that, because uh, gambling is a very bad addiction you can't come out of by yourself. You need help. And for me, it was lucky because I stopped at a very, very low point in gambling, and I didn't go to casinos and all that. I just spent my money on lottery tickets. But for most people, they don't stop there. Like Addiction HQ states that for every 100 people that would go through the doors of a casino, 2 to 3 of them would have a problem with gambling, and and leave out of there without any of their money that they came in with. So this is why this is a problem. We shouldn't be letting casinos do this to people. We need to regulate it by either, first of all, no benefits. They need to not give like free alcohol for the night, because alcohol does not lead to good decisions. They know this. That's why they give you free alcohol, because they know you're going to spend more money. You're going to spend more time there, which means more money for them. And that alcohol should not be, you shouldn't be drinking before you go there, or you shouldn't be drinking while you're there. And another good point, we need to have like a money cap, how much money you can spend per day at the casino, because that'll help a lot of people from losing everything they need. And there's ways that they can help you with that. They can tell you, oh, if you win this much, you stop. If you lose this much, you stop. And another guy from an example I watched on YouTube was Benjamin Odin. And he said he thought he was a really good poker player. So he'd go to the casinos every night, but he'd start out small with like $1,000 to $5,000 on poker table and play. And he thought he would be good because at a young age, his dad taught him how to be a card counter. And he found out that that was not the case, that really poker is just a game of luck and not really skill. You just need to get the right cards in your hand to win. And he lost all of his money and never could really get out of going to poker every day. He'd spend his check to go and play poker every single night until finally his family helped him out and he finally quit being in gambling addiction. And another source, Jeff Duravinsky, had a case similar to mine where there was a kid, he just turned 18, but instead of stopping at lottery tickets like me, he kept going, and he went to the casinos, he played slot machines, and oh yeah, he'd win 1,000 here or there, but instead of saving that 1,000, he just kept putting it back into the lottery and putting it back into casinos, so therefore losing all of his money. Now, a way casinos do this is whenever you go in, you notice there's no windows in the whole place. They don't want you to recognize anything about time. There's no clocks, so time is nothing to you in there. So you stay there longer because you feel like you haven't been there that long. Another thing you'll notice is the walls are plain, the floors are usually boring or plain coloring. So all you see is those flashy colors of the slot machines instead of, you're not looking anywhere else besides the slot machines, because they want you to just think about money and thinking about spending it so they make money. And then another thing, the first thing you come in, there's going to be someone that walks up to you and tries to give you a free drink as courtesy to you coming here and playing slots. This should not be able to do that, because that like I said before, alcohol is not a good thing to drink whenever you're trying to do good decisions and not try to spend all your money in one night. And that's one thing we need to regulate is no alcohol when you're going into the casino and no alcohol in the casino, because alcohol is not a place with money involved. And another thing casinos do is say, oh, you gotta, if you play, you get free room. But they will never tell you how much you need to play, or how much time you have to spend, or how much money you have to spend on the games to get the free room. So you're like, oh, well, we can spend more money because we don't have to pay for a room, which is not usually the case, because they're making so much money off of you that they're not losing money by giving you that room. And that's another benefit way they try to get you in there, or they have where you play poker and then you get a free hand however many times you play. And it's just another way they want you to keep playing and keep playing. And those are the reasons why gambling should not be as free and as going as it is. It needs more restrictions, because it can ruin a person's life in one day. It don't even take any time to do it. And if the same thing happens with drugs, and drugs are illegal, so why would we have gambling legal? Thank you.